The Phoenix Rising pregame show is brought to you by Reese's Dental and Braces.
After a relatively successful road swing in the Lone Star State, Phoenix Rising FC returned to the comfortable confines of Casino Arizona Field in Scottsdale, Arizona. As tonight's pregame is brought to you by Reese's Dental and Rick Shantz, Amadou Dia, and Phoenix Rising taking on a very young but eager and hungry Tacoma Defiance side that has seen some struggles as of late, but are looking to right the ship against the reigning Western Conference champions. Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us here on Superhero Night at Casino Arizona Field. And Devin will take a look at Phoenix Rising FC. Last game, not so super for Phoenix and Rick Shantz. They lose on the road at Austin Bold after their first win against El Paso, but it's upward and onward. They create chances, but it's just a matter of putting the back of the net and putting together a complete 90-minute performance.
We initially saw them finding the back of the net regularly at the start of the season. It's been a bit more difficult, and we've seen some greatness out of the back line. We've seen some excellent attacking from the midfield play. But like you said, Tyler, it hasn't all been brought together. But here's something to think about. As frustrated as everybody could be, with a victory tonight, they get to 10 points. That gets them into a tie at 4th place, but I'll do you one better. It gets them just 2 points shy of the start of the 2018 season. People remember what that ended up like.
Well, Phoenix fans might want to hit the panic button, but there's no reason to do that just yet, and that's because they're going up against the Tacoma side that has struggled. But Devin, they're extremely young. I mean, we're going to take a look at it in just a moment, but what does this mean for a side that really is just throwing 17, 18-year-olds out there every single weekend?
There's a bigger picture here for Tacoma Defiance, and this organization likes to promote from within. We've seen it in the past before, and they're trying to replicate that at the next level. They've been able to do it. Every single player on this roster has not only gotten the opportunity to rep for Tacoma Defiance, some of them have actually had some repetitions for Seattle Sounders, and the step above, the U.S. men's national team at the youth level. 6 of these guys won a national championship for the U17s at the DA level last year. This year they're playing for Tacoma Defiance. That gives you an idea of how much talent they're capable of.
Well, they're going to be eager to go up against a side that got all the way to the USL Cup final but fell short. Meanwhile, Phoenix Rising FC and Rick Shantz, they had enormous expectations heading into this season. It is not going according to plan. A win would certainly change the mood in the desert. It's Phoenix and Tacoma.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
The Red Fury, Banditos, and all of Phoenix ready to go here at Casino Arizona Field in Scottsdale, Arizona. And just a reminder, the 2019 Phoenix Rising season presented by Equality Health. Tyler Terrence along with the ex-German pro, Devin Kerr. Devin, we'll take a look at the starting 11s for both Rick Schantz and Mark Little. And really, you know, when you look at this Phoenix Rising side, there was a lot of talk about selection, particularly on social media. And Rick Schantz basically just said, listen, nobody sees what I see day in and day out in training. But of course, we would love some consistency. We're going to see Devin Vega get his first start after his brief stint with Tucson. He came on against Austin, showed particularly well. What else we got going on?
Start with Rick Sharch's comment. Rick is 100% correct, because if everybody showed what they showed in training on the pitch, you would never have any problems. Everything would be hunky-go-lucky. You'd be great. That's not the case. Back line, good lineup. Dumbuya coming back from injury. That's nice. The midfield three are going to be the main focus here. What can Lambert, Fernandez, and Vega do? Especially Vega, who's going to play that higher 10. JJ up top, he's going to step in for Ben Spencer. Adam John still struggling with a lower body injury. And Junior Flemings and Asante look to provide the balance. Again, it's all about the look going forward as well as coming back. You take a look at Chris Little's squad. We already talked about the youth. 6 changes for him as well. And a lot of it's going to be glimpses. You're going to see minor glimpses, but again, they can challenge you down the stretch. Alec Diaz up top is one of the ones that's going to be at the U17 World Cup this summer. Azriel Gonzalez looks to hope to join him in that aspect, but where is Vargas going to come into play? Marlon's going to be on the left. Shannon Hopiau will probably be on the right. They like to switch back and forth. Hopiau is a massive talent. He was actually in the 2014 Real Madrid camp that was named one of the top 36 youth players in the world. So a nice prospect to keep an eye on.
This is the Tacoma Defiance side that has not drawn a game yet this season. They are 2-5-0. Their last 2 games have not exactly gone according to plan, and they both came within the same week. A 5-0 loss at Las Vegas and a 4-0 loss at Orange County. So this is a Phoenix Rising side that's going to be looking to take advantage of a young team that has stumbled as of late, but they stumbled themselves in Austin midweek with that wild farm animal midweek USL Championship game of the week on ESPN3 that you were on the call with Mike Watts. I mean, this is a Phoenix side that just is slowly but surely starting to piece it together. First full season for Rick Schantz without the interim tag. Philosophies, ideas, players all being implemented. Again, growing pains are going to come with that. As Phoenix Rising FC in their all red kits, Tacoma Defiance in their all whites. And it looks like our head referee for tonight's match, Guido Gonzalez Jr., is all set to go here from Casino Arizona Field. And we are officially underway from the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix Rising and Tacoma Defiance here on Superhero Night. Again, Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr, glad to have you with us and taking time out of your Saturday evening to enjoy the beautiful game. Junior Flemings winning an early header, Jason Johnson chasing after it. 2 goals this season already, both coming off the bench, both were equalizers. And Tacoma able to win a throw-in. And now is as good a time as any to take a look at the Mayo Clinic injury report. Devin, as we mentioned, Adam John battling an injury. Alessandro Rigi, battling his way back from that ACL repair. And Anthony Burke-Gilroy unavailable for Tacoma. And Adam John, it was a game-time decision for Rick Schantz, what he told us over the phone, and obviously at game time didn't feel like he was necessarily fit to be able to go. As Tacoma creating an early turnover. Good opportunity for the youngsters here on the road, and that shot is scuffed by Hopiau.
Definitely not the best execution we've seen out of Shannon Hopiau in the past. It's a kid who, because of the way that MLS rules play out, Seattle Sounders were actually able to claim him as a homegrown player because of the fact that he was from Hawaii. Go figure. Because it's relatively close.
Phoenix coming with the press. Jason Johnson leading the charge, and that press is going to pay off. And while we have a moment, time for the Allsco uniform report. Phoenix in their all red and black. Tacoma Defiance in their all white kits. Ball over the top. Here's the 17-year-old Alex Diaz. Could be in here, and Lubin makes an early save. Where have we seen that before? And this is similar to the past couple of games, Devin, where Phoenix doesn't start particularly strong and Lubin has to bail them out.
Fortunately enough, they have someone back there who's capable of doing so. Both he and Waz so technically versed. Waz steps out, Lubin steps in.
Wow.
Textbook save right off his foot. Makes himself big. Very difficult for the youngster to find Route 1 in that situation.
Corner comes short, just looking for the flick from Diaz. Dumbuya. Cochran. Joey Ferrell, who performed beautifully in the Austin game despite the 1-0 loss on the road. And here's Devin Vega getting his first touch of the evening. Vega spent the first game of the League One season with FC Tucson, scored that beautiful curling effort from the free kick, and has earned himself a spot in the starting lineup tonight. And that's exactly what FC Tucson is supposed to sort of serve as Phoenix obviously have a ton of weapons, a lot of depth, and Devin Vega wasn't going to get reps at the beginning of the season, and Rick Sean said, we want you to get minutes. FC Tucson's a great opportunity, and he proved himself.
Doesn't hurt that he had an absolute banger in the FC Tucson
No, that doesn't
match.
hurt.
They're struggling from the set piece opportunities, though Jason Johnson seems to have stepped in and helped out in that area last game. Didn't find the back of the net, but was definitely much better than we've seen. Keep an eye on the midfield of what we've seen at Tacoma Defiance just now. Just a second ago as the ball tracked down into the corner from Vega, Joel Rydstrand followed him all the way over. That's a youngster not necessarily knowing how to pass a player on.
Dumbuya touches it along for Vega, and he was just trying to elude Jonathan Campbell.
Create some extra opportunities in the middle for Phoenix. They recognize that, start to rotate players in and out. Could be fruitful.
Asante gets pushed off the ball. The crowd here at Casino Arizona Field wanted a foul, but it did look pretty clean from Tacoma. And specifically Nick Hines, strong 21-year-old defender from Kingston, Jamaica, who grew up in Florida.
And we talked about glimpses. That's borderline. It's close. It is shoulder charge, and the two are going at each other. Solomon Asante carries a much smaller stature than Nicholas Hines. And the Jamaican just doing his due diligence.
Towering header won by Joey Ferrell. Burkholz will go all the way back for Trey Muse, who's making his 6th start of the season. 1 clean sheet, Indiana Hoosier product.
He's a wild card for this Tacoma Defiance squad, and studied under the tutelage of Todd Yeagley at Indiana. But when you look at his record, over 41 appearances, and last year, just 13 goals against between the two. A lot of shutouts, 25 plus. That's just regular season play. But when he steps to the next level, he's getting beat up a little bit. Now, I understand he has people in front of him that are much younger. They're not the back line that he had in the likes of Reese Busmaster or Andrew Gutman, are now both employing their efforts at this level. But still, you might expect a bit more out of him. So how talented is he truly? Seattle Sounders are trying to find that out.
Kevon Lambert switching the point of attack. And Junior Flemings restarting, finding his compatriot in Jason Johnson. And Flemings called for the foul. It'll be interesting to see Jason Johnson and Flemings both starting a game together. We have seen them play together this season. They linked up for a goal, and that actually was the equalizer. against New Mexico United.
Rick Schantz, we asked him that question early on, how do you get them both on the field? And he said, you know, it's difficult because they challenge each other so much in training. And from a substitution standpoint, we've seen it happen in the latter portion of games, but with Ben Spencer not truly up to the task and Adam John nursing himself, now they get a chance to do it.
Jason Johnson still going. Johnson to the byline, tried to peel it back for Asante, but that's just a one-man wrecking crew from Happy News Jamaica. Doing what he does best. And he took that now beautifully with his chest from Amadou Dia.
Peter Kingston tracking back in the middle of the field. Get the first challenge from Alex Burkholz. And well done by the midfielder coming through. He has to follow through, though. You can't give second and third opportunities to the likes of Jason Johnson. He will make you pay.
Chris Little will get his first touch of the game.
I actually had to second guess for a second. I was like, he's not, wait, okay.
Okay.
Got it.
It was
incredible.
Incredibly clever, I must say.
Yeah.
Fernandez. Go back for AJ Cochran. Him and Joey Ferrell starting to sort of win that center back position. Developing quite the synergy. Cochran, of course, coming over from Atlanta United 2. Joey Ferrell in his second season with Phoenix after finding sunnier and more offensive-minded pastures with Rick Schantz coming over from the Rochester Rhinos and Bob Lilly. Dambuya, patient from Phoenix. This is exactly what Rick Schantz wants to see out of his side. Great ball along, but it's just out of the reach of Junior Flemings. However, he scampers to keep it in play. Flemings, Fernandez, try to get it back for Junior. Ridestrand gives it away only as far as AJ Cochran. Lambert now. Solomon Asante. Good through ball. Devin Vega onside. Vega tries to deliver. It takes a deflection and a corner kick coming up for Phoenix.
Exactly the build-up play that Rick Schantz is looking for. Notice that they're very patient. They're not willing to overextend themselves or just knock something down in because they feel they need to. Slowly matriculate up the field. Great ball in by Colin Fernandez. And they cycled it back around, got a second opportunity.
Fernandez lofts one in. One initially by Tacoma. Diaz there. Clips one in. Here's Vega on the first time. That had some venom behind it. I think Hines will clear it away. Didn't go very far in terms of distance, but certainly has some snow coming down on it. Asante now. Vega gets taken down. Referee not particularly interested. Dambuya. It was a good shout from Kevon Lambert. Dambuya was going to try to force it in, and Lambert just saying, let's recycle, let's be patient. Dia. The Frenchman putting on the moves. Slides one through. Flemings has room, but he sends it over the bar.
They're ticking. Starting to find a bit more room than Tacoma Defiance would like to give them. Junior Flemings, Jason Johnson challenging that left side and making them think. Lovely ball in by Amadou Dia, who likes to play the high line. He was one of the ones that had a midweek rest, so they'll look to go to him a bit further. That's one of the biggest things you'd like to see more out of Phoenix Rising. A nice distribution evenly out of the left and outside back, and they struggled with that. Dambuya, they thought was going to be that source that was going to give Amadou Dia the opportunity to have that balance. Unfortunately, Dambuya picked up an early injury, and since then, kind of been rotating in and out there.
Short from A.J. Cochran. Falls for Joey Ferrell. Fernandez on the turn, but he gets stood up by the 23-year-old from Sweden, Joel Rydstrand. Now Tacoma on the move. Intended for Alec Diaz, and Lubin off of his line.
Already there's a bit of interchange play going on from Tacoma Defiance and Marlon Vargas. Azriel Gonzalez, he's now moved out to the left. Vargas occupying the 10 spot. Phoenix just keeping a weather eye on the horizon as to where those boys are going to be.
And Lubin again will be able to collect 2 clean sheets and a 1-goal loss to his name this year, and not much that he can do about that Sonny Guadarrama effort.
Not much he could do. Joey Ferrell didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, as a defender, people will look and say, oh, you need to go challenge, but there's an outside run coming in. You have to keep yourself big and allow your team the opportunity to get back and help you out. He did everything right. It was just a great strike that he picked out the upper corner.
Fleming's taken down from behind. And speaking to Rick Schantz this week, I mean, listen, there's a lot of people in Phoenix who have sort of hit the panic button. They weren't particularly happy with the performance in Austin, but Rick, as usual, calm, cool, collected, not worried by any stretch of the imagination. It's his team, and we asked him if he addressed the side after the game, and he said, I didn't really need to. Solomon Asante, the captain of this team, the leader, the very much vocal leader, basically ripped them and said, this is our livelihoods. This is more than just a game. And we owe it not only to ourselves, but the fans, the community, and everything that's been built here to go out and put on better performances than that. And of course, Rick was going to address things via tape and everything that happened from the game tactically. From an emotion standpoint, it's great if your captain is able to just sort of take the reins on that, have a sort of players-only meeting. And Rick Schantz, because of the close confines in Austin, was able to hear everything that was going on. He wasn't exactly in the room. But it must be nice for a coach to have that sort of leader and veteran presence.
You need it in order to be successful. You have to have at least one. You'd like for there to be more, but they said that Solomon Asante has stepped in quite nicely, and you know him for his big smiles, obviously great play and massive personality at such a small size. But he did say that it was a side that he had not necessarily seen to that level before. And that gives you an idea of how much passion is truly within this team. And again, I said it in the start, they win, they're 2 points off last year's pace. You're tied with teams that are currently, you would be tied for teams that are now 4th. Obviously there's some games going on, but there's a game in hand as well. There's no reason to hit the panic button. And I've said to you, if they can perfect the system that they're looking to get on the field on a regular basis,
it's over.
It is over. It is night and day from what you saw last year, and it would give them the opportunity and ability to break every single team down, not just in the Western Conference, but in the East. It gives you so many different looks. They move the ball so fluidly, kind of like the ball from Colin Fernandez just now.
Dumbuya making people fall. Finding Asante, back for Dumbuya. JJ, was there a foul at the edge of the area? Yes, indeed there was. Excellent build-up from Phoenix, and of course the savvy fans here in the desert appreciating every single touch on the ball in that move. And unfortunately, a poor conclusion to the move in the foul and injuries to both Rydstrand and Dumbuya.
And everything starts from the back moving forward, and Phoenix Rising's ability to build, that wasn't something they had in 2018. A lot of it was start and stop, 100 miles an hour. Here's a good look. Nice ball into Cochran. Quick little touch in. How about the first time touch here coming off Colin Fernandez? One, boop, thank you very much. And we've talked about the circulation of the ball. A lot of times it's just decision making and the rapidity of play. Forgot something, skates, enjoy. And it's the recognition, understanding that not only is the ball there to be played, but to play it a bit faster. Colin could have taken that ball down, taken a step, and then tried to put it on his right. No, one touch off the chest, outside of the left foot, which he's great with, and we've seen it so far tonight, and then they continue to go with their progression. That's exactly what you want to see.
And it's a buzz phrase, it's not even a word, that we've heard from almost every coach in the USL Championship. proactive rather than reactive. Colin knew where he was going with that pass. It was just a matter of how he was going to get it there and if the quality was going to be there. And it was. And that leads to everything. And if the quality's there, especially if it's played to the right foot, and that's something that I talk to you about because it happens at the highest levels because when we're watching Liverpool games together, I'll say to you sometimes, the ball's not played to the right foot, it kills the entire play. And if you play it to the right foot, like Colin's been doing and like they've been doing in the opening moments, it just opens everything up. But now Phoenix have a chance from this set piece, and this is something that we've been talking about as well in terms of trying to find that set piece specialist. Jason Johnson had 2 excellent efforts at Austin. Diego Restrepo made 2 excellent saves. It's Johnson again, and it's just over the bar. He's calibrating.
Getting better and better. Jason Johnson, he said, what do I have to do for this thing to go in? Oh, that's close. Couple last week in the midweek game. That was one of the bright points for Phoenix Rising. Jason Johnson, he knows, he can't believe it, but you're getting closer, JJ.
And I love his approach to the ball, too. It's a little sidestep. He makes sure that he doesn't open up his hips too much or close them off too soon. And the technique is spot on.
Well, he's still going with his laces, so it gives you the power, but your momentum is bringing you across the ball. So you're going for pace and power. Makes it that much more difficult for a goalkeeper, especially in the likes of Trey Muse.
Devin Vega took a little bit of a knock, San Antonio native. Respect between him and Reinstrand. AJ Cochran out of the back. He had one terrific ball in for Jose Aguinaga that Aguinaga ended up scuffing in the end. But the distribution and just the bravery of both Ferrell and AJ Cochran coming out of the back has been ever present as Dumbuya gives it away, and a good tackle from Joey Ferrell picking up his teammate. Junior Fleming's now trying to squeeze it through. Lambert goes to ground, swing and a miss on Marlon Vargas.
See the youngsters struggling a bit with the pace of Phoenix Rising. The windows of opportunity are closing down much faster at this level than what they're used to. Again, we talked about their ability to get reps at the U.S. Youth National Team levels. Even some of them have gone onto the Sounders. A few opportunities there, Open Cup play, and 1 or 2 here and there. And you start to take on the likes of AJ Cochran, Joey Ferrell, even Alex Diaz and Azriel Gonzalez, Marlon Vargas. They're so smart, high soccer IQ, and you have to be able to play at this level. You have to play the ball that much quicker because they'll close you down.
Last touch should be off Tacoma, and it is. Tacoma Defiance after a turnover on the move. Good opportunity here, and it's just sent wide. That was a golden chance for Tacoma to take a lead on the road. And Azriel Gonzalez, the 17-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada, is going to want that one back and then some.
Azriel Gonzalez cannot believe that he's wasted this opportunity. I don't blame him. Great transitional play. Nice ball in from Peter Kingston. Just lets his form escape him. That's where you got to come across your body, keep your head down, and just go with pace. You can curl that in the near post or have it go to the far. To be fair, the near post is probably the right choice. Lubin left it open.
Now Tacoma starting to press higher and higher up the field. But we'll let Lubin have it. He wants one of his 6s to come back and get it. Lambert, Fernandez. We'll go to Cochran. Ferrell gives it away. It was a rough start to the 2019 campaign for Joey, similar from what we heard from Rick Shantz and both Patrice Carteron to 2018. But has just time and time again battled his way back in, recognizing that he needs to continue to elevate his game each and every day in training, and somebody that Rick Shantz says, and I quote, embodies the spirit of Phoenix Rising.
Very much that blue-collar work ethic that you get out of the
son.
Yep, coach's son, get out of the Philadelphia area. Joey Ferrell, you and I were talking about that he was probably the man of the match last game, and I know that sounds funny because they didn't play the best match, but he kept them in a lot of it. Even at the end of the game, trying to get that build-up play coming out of the back.
Jason Johnson leaves it for Fernandez. He wants to go positive. Nothing more positive than Solomon Asante in open space. Dia, strong step. Fernandez. Lambert. Ferrell. He did this against Austin. Loves to get forward. Asante. Dumbuya now. Room for delivery. Still in front. Solo hits it on the first time. And it just skips wide. Devin Vega actually got in the way accidentally.
Solo a bit confused as to whether he's going to actually get to hit this. Devin Vega did drift in right at the back end, but there's the buildup once again. Joey Ferrell coming out of the back. Tacoma Defiance not accounting for the center back play. Step up, they've got odd numbers. Vega tried to move out at the last minute, and Solomon Asante trying to cut that across his right foot, back across his body, but unfortunately catches it with the instep of the laces and pushes it over the end line.
Thanks to our friends at Jackson's Car Wash. You get a free car wash with every Phoenix Rising ticket. Visit phxrisingfc.com/Jacksons for more information.
How about the youngsters? They're trying not to make mistakes, are they? They're sitting back, remaining composed. There's a lot being thrown at them right now.
Lambert got pushed over. Crowd wanted a foul. Not going to get one from Guido Gonzalez Jr., our head referee. And Cochran with some strong defending. Leaves it for his running mate Joey Ferrell. Lambert turning upfield. And now it's Devin Vega. Slid along for Solomon Asante. Heavy first touch. Trying to keep it in play. Was he fouled? No. Johnson Vega recovering for Solo. Header won by Ferrell. Vega. Early ball in, hoping for Junior Flemings, and it just skips over his head. And that'll go all the way out of play.
To see that ball be held up there. Didn't need to go all the way to the back post. Regardless of how good the distribution was, Solomon Asante trying to get on the same page with his boys, saying, you know, maybe you and I stay together. That's been something that has been plaguing them a bit. A lot of brilliant individual performances at times, but not necessarily a collective effort. That goes back to the philosophies that are being built here. To be fair, you could make similarities in the youngsters at Tacoma Defiance, where they have philosophies, they have an organization, and they've got an identity, and they're just trying to replicate that at every single level, starting from kids at 13, 14, working their way up all the way to the Seattle Sounders. Phoenix Rising just switching things up a bit this year.
Asante asking questions of the Tacoma defense. Fernandez. Vega brings it down, hits it. And Trey Muse was interested for just a moment.
Difficult ball to hit here for Devin Vega. Watch when it sits up, takes the first touch. As he thinks he's going to catch it clean right at the edge of the pitch, and he catches it on the rise, pushes it up over the bar. Leaning back because he wants to bring a little side spin to it. Unfortunately, ball came up a bit quicker than he expected.
The 2019 Nissan Armada, intelligence with attitude. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com today. Here's Vega. Johnson running with him. Should be offside, and he is. And Vega knows it. Just a bit late. intelligence with attitude. I thought that was a read for win a date night with Devin Kerr.
A married.
It would be for like an auction for charity, like something along those lines.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm worth $1. No? Talk about your date nights. With John McPherson involved with the GOAT. God only knows what goes on at your house.
Asante over the top for Jason Johnson. Dangerous here from Phoenix, starting to show teeth. JJ wants it on his left, but it's easy enough for Trey Muse.
They're not letting the visitors get out of their own half. Majority of this game has been spent down here. Not necessarily all the way down the final third, but still causing the youngsters to try and stay compressed. And Jason Johnson just dancing a bit. It's always going to be difficult when he brought it back to his left. Trying to pull it through the legs.
It's not like we haven't seen him pull that off before.
No, if anyone's capable, Jason Johnson is.
Ferrell. Illinois native Colin Fernandez looking for an option. Finds one in Dumbuya. Wise decision from Ferrell. Vega. Dumbuya hits it on the first time, not a bad delivery. Vega again! He's not too far off.
They're getting there slowly but surely. Phoenix Rising starting to feel themselves, moving the ball around quite nicely. Not a bad ball in from Dumbuya. Unfortunately, just didn't have the big presence of Adam John available. Jason Johnson on the last-ditch effort. Couldn't get there, but Devin Vega continuously making himself available, especially on the second chance opportunities. That's nice when you have a 10 that recognizes where that ball may be, and he steps in nicely.
Here's Vega again. Shielded off, though, by Alex Burkholz. Tacoma do have a couple of wins this season. One of them coming against Sacramento, but that was one of the games where, I mean, they brought a ton of players from Seattle. Yeah. I mean, the goals came from Trey Wingo and Will Bruin.
No big deal. Relative who's who of the Seattle Sounders getting an opportunity to have a crack at Sacramento Republic. It was also a home game.
4 goals for, 19 against. They have a minus 15 goal differential, which is the worst by a long shot in the Western Conference. As Solomon Asante trying to bring this down on the first time. However, Hartford Athletic equal that total, at least coming into today. But Chris Little's side, I mean, again, all the youth, revolving door. It is a difficult job. Certainly one that I wouldn't want.
Remember a few weeks ago, they took down New Mexico United for all of 30 minutes. They did get the 1-0 lead in the opening 5. New Mexico United equalized, and then they didn't get the winner from Kevon Frater until the 77th minute. So they hung right in there almost the entire time.
Fernandez, was he taken down? The referee was right there. No call, and Tacoma able to clear their lines. Lambert. Asante, no look pass over for Dumbuya. Amadou Diop. Had some pace on it, but didn't get past the first defender. Now Cochran in a foot race with Alec Diaz. And Lambert couldn't quite keep it in play. We're just past the half-hour mark here at Casino Arizona Field. Tyler Terrens along with the ex-German pro Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us here on your Phoenix CW, ESPN Plus, or wherever you may be tuning in. 0-0 between Phoenix and Tacoma. Phoenix Rising looking for their second win of the season, looking to bounce back after that brutal loss against Austin Bold FC. Tacoma Defiance, a no goals for 9 against week between their 2 road games against Las Vegas and Orange County. How sweet would it be for Chris Littleside to sneak out of Casino Arizona Field with a point, or perhaps 3?
Unfortunately for them right now, they're not necessarily in the boat to do so. Just taking a look at the metrics, they're only at 50% passing accuracy.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings, he's gonna have a go! Excellent from Junior Flemings! The Jamaican with his 3rd goal of the season. And it's an outstanding individual effort. They stand together.
People have to remember what a brotherhood this is. There's been a lot of negative talk around this team, undeservedly so in a lot of situations. I get it, midweek performance, not the best, but remember all of the talent that they have assembled in the offseason. And we talked about with a win, they're only 2 points off. When you have individual performances like this from Junior Flemings, more than willing to throw everybody on his back offensively. Beats 1, 2, 3 players from Tacoma Defiance. And oh, by the way, Trey Muse, go get it. Can't do it, buddy. Picks out the bottom corner. The Jamaicans unite. Phoenix Rising unites. They get their 1-0 victory, at least in the first part of the first half. 10 minutes to go, an opportunity to bag more.
Well, that's the danger of having both Junior Flemings and Jason Johnson on the field at the same time. JJ, with all of his pace, especially playing in the number 9 role, can stretch the field, and then when Junior gets the ball at his feet, there's not many more who are more dangerous.
Remember, he also likes to cut in. That's his forte.
Yep.
He wants to put it in, go on his right foot, and Jason Johnson carries the ability to obviously not only play the wing position, but play the 9 and allow that progression to happen.
Now Phoenix are feeling it. Dia tried to lash it across, and blocked by Hopiao, and Phoenix with a 1-0 lead with 10 minutes left in the first half. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Shop Arizona's largest selection of new Fords with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense. Sanderson Ford is America's most awarded Ford dealership for customer service. Shop Sanderson Ford. Also shop Solomon Asante. It's Johnson! Phoenix bag another! It's another Jamaican and Jason Johnson. Beautifully set up by his brother Solomon Asante. Critics, what critics?
If you could only see me, when this ball was played, my thumb was already up in the air. Solomon Asante put this right where it was supposed to be. Bent in perfectly. Service hasn't been the best from Asante over the course of the first half so far, but he atones for his sins. Watch how brilliant of a ball this is played. And with the outside of the left foot, that's just downright naughty by Jason Johnson. Sweet little touch to the near post. Trey Muse can do nothing but watch as they don't hear anything anymore. Phoenix Rising firing on all cylinders.
Well, they're putting on a super offensive clinic on Superhero Night here at Casino Arizona Field. 6 goals on the season between the two Jamaicans, who are just absolutely lethal. And what's more impressive is that Jason Johnson has 2 of those goals coming off of the bench. Colin Fernandez gives it away. Now it's Tacoma. Bit of a wake-up call with the second goal.
It's really the first time we've seen Colin Fernandez turn it over like that. He's been great in the first half so far. Really liked his ability to recognize where the space was available and then immediately getting the ball in and out. Tacoma Defiance struggling over the past few minutes. They've given up 2 goals in 3 minutes. Chris Little has to find a way to recompose his young squad and get them back to basics.
Cochran pushes it over. Junior Flemings again. A little out of sync with JJ that time.
You could hear the shouts coming from the bench as well.
Yep.
Rick Shantz, Peter Ramage, both lending their voices. They wanted that ball into Jason Johnson early, and the distribution just didn't come from the back line. That's one of those decision makings we talked about. Has to be a bit quicker at times. But smartly, he didn't give it away, cycled it back around.
No more than 5 minutes until halftime here at Casino Arizona Field. For some wild reason, you're just joining us. He missed 2 great goals, one from Junior Flemings. Superb individual effort, buries it into the far corner with a curler, kept it low and away from Trey Muse, and then most recently Solomon Asante setting up Jason Johnson for the second goal. Those goals coming less than 3 minutes apart from each other. Just what Dr. Strange ordered for Phoenix Rising.
You're so ridiculous.
Dambuya. Delivery was a bit off, and behind the runners that Phoenix had in the box, Devin Vega.
Unfortunately for Tacoma Defiance, we talked about they'll show you glimpses. We haven't seen any, and to be fair, we've actually seen worse. Some poor decision-making over and over by them.
Dia, back to the great back heel, great little dummy. Now all the ideas are starting to come to the surface. Dambuya.
A nice look at the spacing by Phoenix Rising. Kamon Lambert stepping back in between the center backs. That was a look we saw a lot from James Musa last year.
Fernandez. Great ball for Junior Flemings. Flemings already on 1 goal. Whips it in. The header from Asante just off. Well, it might be a volley for some, but it's a header for Solomon Asante, and it just goes wide.
That would have been the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Header from Solomon Asante just before halftime. Said no one ever. Did a good job putting himself in the right position. A few of the boys in red were asking for it. Junior Flemings knocks it in.
It's a great ball.
It's a good ball for sure. Jonathan Campbell trying to step out. You have to feel for Trey Muse at the back, as his team is really struggling to give him an opportunity to at least put some pressure on these strikes. Get some bodies in front of it, and that's not the case.
Coming up at halftime, we're kicking it with your Phoenix CW. Meet the couple whose proposal on the pitch swept across social media. Find out why a soccer game was the perfect place for them to get engaged. D after the restart. Kevon Lambert now. He can hit it from that distance. Don't be fooled. Asante now. Trying to get it in for Vega. Tight window. Good pursuit from Colin Fernandez. Better distribution from Cochran. Jason Johnson bends one in, and it's Flemings. 3 for Phoenix in the final moments of the first half. It's Flemings' second of the night. Linking up with Jason Johnson. And Phoenix are firing on every possible cylinder. 3-0 in the desert.
Stupendous play by Phoenix Rising. Again, the youngsters at Tacoma Defiance really struggling with all the overlapping runs, a lot of moving parts. We talked about Flemings liking to cut in, and Jason Johnson understanding where the space is. He comes outside. Fleming occupies the space in the middle. Johnson puts it on a platter. Johnson has a goal and assist. Junior Flemings has 2. Phoenix has 3. This is exactly what the doctor ordered.
So in a matter of 10 minutes, Phoenix have blown the hinges off of this one. With great attacking power comes great responsibility. Rare miscue from Solomon Asante.
Once again, Phoenix Rising is showing another look. As Colin Fernandez making the run out of the middle, trying to get down into the channel. These are all the things we talked about, just trying to find a way to get everybody on the same page. They've been able to do so over the course of the first half.
Asante, don't do that to him. And Flemings was trying to find Vega. He was tripped up away from the play, and they are going to call a foul.
Nicholas Hines doing battle. Saw him earlier on in the first half going shoulder to shoulder with Solomon Asante. To be fair, if he doesn't knock him down, he's probably in behind. Devin Vega had a lot of space. Had the outside back turned around. Frustration for the youngsters being down 3-0 right now, and you can see them having a word with our referee.
And you've talked about how you'd love to see something a bit more creative from Phoenix on set pieces. I mean, it's great that Jason Johnson started to hit the target and being dangerous from that spot, but this might not be a bad idea to push something towards the corner, knock something back across.
You literally have nothing to lose right now. You're up 3-0 before halftime. Let's show a bit of trickery.
Send Dumbuya.
At least put him in an overlapping run. The problem is they probably expect him not to shoot it, but he's got his back to the goal. You could have him have a go. Keep an eye here. Colin Fernandez feeling like he might want to have a hit here. Don't be surprised. Solomon Asante doesn't play this, just lays it off, lets him hit it.
There you go. Still with Phoenix. Flemings now. He lost one in, and it was almost the 4th. I don't know how it wasn't. And this is just looking disastrous along the back line for Tacoma.
It's funny, if you could pick any one person out to score from the air, it'd be Jason Johnson. Although Junior Flemings and Solomon Asante got it a bit closer. Still good stuff from the Jamaican.
And that'll bring the first half to a close. It's been an incredible offensive performance from Phoenix, and that man in particular. Junior Flemings getting his 3rd and 4th of the season. They come 10 minutes apart. Jason Johnson adding a goal and an assist. A.J. Cochran the assist on Junior Fleming's initial goal. Devin Kerr, your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
Tacoma Defiance definitely struggling with the pace and structure of this Phoenix Rising offense. They cannot account for all the interchanging play that you're seeing. Phoenix Rising, on the other hand, have done a great job. They were shot out of a cannon in the first half. This is exactly what they needed to get back on track and give themselves the confidence.
Well, it's not like Tacoma have not had their chances, but when Phoenix have been given the opportunity, they've taken it and run with it. 3-0 as we head to halftime.
I'm Haley Francis, and you're kicking it with your Phoenix CW. Welcome to halftime. The soccer pitch is often the scene of some memorable moments, but not all of them turn out like this one Adam Waltz is about to show you.
Had no idea.
But the blindfold was a curveball.
Phone calls and text messages. We basically missed the second half.
They've been fans since the beginning, like Phoenix Wolves beginning.
Dolo whips it across, and it's Spencer.
We've been season ticket holders for 2 years now.
It's only natural that Jesse and Rob, two huge Phoenix Rising fans, would celebrate their love for each other at the game. So Rob came up with a plan.
Your seats have been randomly chosen for like the halftime thing, and I was like, I don't think that's how that works, but no thanks.
My face were like...
It took more than 15 minutes of coaxing to get Jesse on the field. After stomaching the halftime charades, Jesse removed the blindfold, and I'll let them tell you the rest.
And then I got down on the knee.
My initial reaction was bleeped out of the video.
Wait, no, that's not the answer.
I was floored. Had no idea that was going to happen. Obviously, I said yes.
The announcer's like cracking jokes, and I thought it was hilarious.
Now that's a goal.
Jesse and Rob are the first couple ever engaged at a Phoenix Rising game, and it doesn't come without a little attention.
It's just been insane having such a public engagement. Never expected that whatsoever, so that's just been kind of a roller coaster.
Thanks, Adam. As you mentioned, Jesse and Rob were just the first to get engaged during a Phoenix Rising game.
And that one is good.
But as you can imagine, since this happened, the team has been flooded with other couples looking for an on-the-pitch proposal. So if you're thinking about it, you better get your request in fast, because diehard fans are dying to get engaged. It's fan loyalty like that that inspires the team. Head coach Rick Shantz has told the guys that they are playing for something bigger than just a win on a scoreboard.
Now, I told all of our players this year that, you know, when you're playing for something more than just yourself, you can always give a little bit more. And I said we're playing for 7.2 million Arizonans, and I want them to think about that all the time, that when they put the jersey on, that it means Arizona.
Stay right there. After the break, quick questions with Amadou Dia.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Mobile Mini is a lockdown defender. Have peace of mind using Mobile Mini, guarding all of your valuables on site, at home, or at your business. Mobile Mini storage containers are made of 100% steel and maximize your protection with our patented Tri-Cam locking system that is camera-proof, cut-proof, and drill-proof. Proud partner of Phoenix Rising FC.
where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring. Saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yes! Collier.
Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish.
I think the best part was getting to play with all these fantastic players from like all over the states, and it was just really fun.
Awesome stuff over in Tampa and the USL headquarters as we are moving right through the halftime show here at Casino Arizona Field. Tyler Terrence along with the ex-German pro Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us. 3-0 to Phoenix at the half as they just went absolute bonkers in the last 10 minutes or so. And we'll take a look at the news and notes from around our wonderful league. And Devin, Tampa Bay continue to be atop the power rankings, especially heading into week 7. Santi Moar, as I have now found myself in another friendly wager with somebody who will remain nameless as to Santi Moar winning the MVP. And I gave that executive the field. I don't know how I feel about it.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble. It's still very early.
Come on, Santi!
Louisville City looking to do battle with Memphis 901 FC and Tim Mulqueen, Scott, and Gabe of the Week. Louisville City got back in the win column tonight. Got a 1-0 victory. Eked it out, but they still got it versus Ottawa.
And we'll take a look at some scores from around the league. San Antonio FC were up 2-0. Darren Powell looking for win number 3. The Monarchs scored 3 unanswered. OKC Energy FC equaling out against Orange County SC. RGV and Las Vegas play an absolute shootout. That's got to be the most goals in HEB history.
No, total.
Ever scored more than 7. T2 and Steve Church's Colorado Springs Switchbacks played a 1-1 draw. Good result for Steve Churchill and his boys. T2 coming off of that win against Sacramento last week. Again, we are almost ready for second half kickoff and the conclusion of this game, and a little treat from your commentators when we come back from the break.
Hey Rising fans, we love it when you post to social media. And when you do, make sure you're using the hashtag RisingOnCW. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We want to see your spirit. Hashtag RisingOnCW. Welcome back to Kicking It. Now some quick questions with Amadou Dia.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Dine-in or delivery?
Delivery.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Phone call or text?
Phone call.
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
A shootout or a blowout?
Shootout.
Soup or sandwich?
Soup.
Hamburgers or tacos?
Hamburgers.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Barcelona or Man City?
Manchester City.
Horror movie or comedy movie?
Comedy.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead?
Game of Thrones.
Flash or Green Arrow?
Green Arrow.
Bend it like Beckham or Kicking and Screaming?
Bend it like Beckham.
Fullback or goalkeeper?
Fullback.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Jennifer Lawrence or Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson.
Drake or Post Malone?
Drake.
Will Ferrell or Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Header or bicycle kick?
Bicycle kick.
Weights or yoga?
Weights.
Snow or sun?
Sun.
Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
FIFA or Fortnite?
Fortnite. I don't even play Fortnite.
Stay there. We're back with the second half right after this. You're kicking it with your Phoenix CW.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
"3-0 here at Casino Arizona Field as we're almost ready for the second half. Tyler Terrence along with Devin Curran will show you exactly how we got to this scoreline. And Devin, it was really just a matter of 10 minutes. Phoenix just went absolutely bananas in these 10 minutes. It started in the 34th minute, and Tacoma really, they hung on for as long as humanly possible, and then Phoenix just turned superhuman.
Unfortunately, they couldn't find Alec Diaz to get his opportunity in the back of the net, and Phoenix just took over. Junior Flemings, we talked about him wanting to cut in on that right foot. Jason Johnson allowing him to do so. Just 3 minutes later, they would start to switch it up again. This time, it would be Jason Johnson on the ball that comes in from Solomon Asante. The run is great because Jason actually takes the defender away and then crashes the party on the near post. Jonathan Campbell has no idea what's coming his direction. Great finish from the Jamaican.
And then Phoenix would be up to it yet again, and this time it would be Junior Flemings again, and it's Jason Johnson with just an excellent ball in.
Being with a superhero night, you do not want to make Jason Johnson angry. And look at those guys. Who's that?
That's Mr. Incredible.
I'm pretty super myself.
Looks like a makeshift Clark Kent is what it looks like.
Clark Kent couldn't keep up with me.
No?
I'm better looking than he is. Hey, shout out to Vista World Link. Oh, look at you.
Listen.
Those are real muscles.
If you're going to... What, you thought those were like on the...
Yeah,
that's not on the costume.
No, I've seen the workouts.
No, that's all
doing.
real.
Yeah, you're doing well for yourself.
Rick Shantz and I are lifting together.
Yeah.
5 times a week.
Okay.
Great stuff here on Superhero Night as we're officially underway in the second half. Phoenix and Tacoma 3-0 in favor of the home side right now. Tacoma with a lot of work to do, and Phoenix, if they pick up where they left off in the first half, well, there could be a lot more goals.
You better believe that's something Rick Shantz talked about at halftime. Do not let up on the accelerator. Let's keep the progression going. Let's put the pedal to the metal and see what we can do to these guys. Again, so young, so inexperienced, very talented, but also difficult to come on the road and get any sort of point in Phoenix in general, let alone for a very inexperienced Tacoma Defiance squad.
Asante back for Dumbuya. Asante has an assist on the night. Anybody you'd love to see get a goal from Phoenix? As Colin Fernandez might get one himself right here. Dia might be able to find it, still loose in front. Phoenix want a handball. It remains with Solomon Asante. Skips around a defender like he's not even there. And a Phoenix corner kick coming up, and sometimes things just work out on broadcasts. And as the ball fell to Colin Fernandez, you just sort of pointed at him and you said,
that's my guy. You know, he's done so well for himself, and to get more opportunities in the middle of the field. You know, Rick Shantz toyed with the idea of turning him into an outside back due to depth and need, to be honest.
Straight from the training ground from Phoenix, Junior Flemings takes a deflection. And Tacoma can clear their lines.
On a night like this where he's stepped up, he's feeling himself. He's done very well moving the ball around the park. Now to get in on the act going forward. He made a couple of runs. They just haven't been able to link up necessarily. Big hammer, a nice strike from distance from Lambert. Something to really set this crowd over the top.
Flemings. Bit behind Dia. And so Ulysses, the 20-year-old from Haiti. Here's Diaz. Couldn't do himself any favors as sort of cut the angle off, and it'll be a goal kick. Excellent defending from A.J. Cochran. Diaz had that chance in the first half, and it's obvious and it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. Goals change games, and if he had buried that opportunity,
1-0.
We're not sitting where we are right now.
1-0, 20 minutes in on the road. You better believe that the murmurs would start reverberating throughout this stadium. Fortunately enough, for Phoenix Rising, the tide turned and they got to go the other direction. But again, to be fair, it should be 3-0. You should look at this game, at a home game, and say, we can go win this game 5, 6, 7-0. They did the work in the first half. Now they want that to carry over. See if they can ride this wave and put a few more in the back of the net.
Fernandez comes away with it. In for Diaz. Straight to the feet of Junior Flemings. And now it's solo. Intended target was Devin Vega. Peter Kingston. And Tacoma looking threatening here. Dambuya has to track back. And it's offside.
Give you an idea of how difficult this has been for the visitors. Some of the toys we get to play around with behind the scenes gives us the luxury of seeing movements of everybody, heat maps, not just simple possession statistics. Phoenix Rising had 7 of their starting 11. Their average position was over midfield. You look on the reverse side of things, Tacoma Defiance, 10 within their own half. That's not something that you want to look at if you're a visiting manager and the likes of Chris Little, but exactly what you want if you're Rick Shantz and co.
And just to go a bit further on this road trip for Tacoma right now and for Chris Little's side, we said it was a 0 goals for, 9 goals against week for them in week number 6. They had 2 games, lost against Orange County and Las Vegas, 4-0 and 5-0 respectively. It's now 12 goals against, and they still have 2 road games remaining on this road trip. San Antonio and OKC Energy FC, and I guarantee you, Darren Powell's group, after surrendering a 2-0 lead, is going to be out for blood.
At home. They do not give up points regularly at home, and especially after, like you said, what happened tonight.
Jason Johnson trying to peel it back, but it's actually very good defending from Alex Burkholz. Marlon Vargas trying to find Ulysses. It stays in play. Amadou Diaz says thank you very much. Getting around Kingston. Great ball in for Solomon Asante. Guido Gonzalez Jr. was more or less looking at that.
Blatant handball right in front of him, the referee on the no call. But Solomon Asante just stood in front of him kind of like, really? I got to get this one going.
If it's not 3-0 and they're in full control, he's getting a yellow for dissent.
Yeah. And this stadium will be burnt down. They would be going nuts. It's quite interesting over the past few games when the goalkeeping wasn't exactly up to par for Rick Shantz and his coaching staff. They decided to make the change, go to Zach Lubin. There's the red card from Fresno. He keeps the clean sheet. They go on the road to El Paso, where they had a pretty quality performance, to be fair, in the 2-0 victory over Mark Lowry's boys. And outside of the debacle that was Austin Bold midweek, now another clean sheet, another solid, but you know, you keep going to Lubin, keep gaining confidence, because remember, after this game, they have to turn around and go take on Sac Republic at Papa Murphy's Park. So good opportunity for these guys to not only get 3 points, but gain confidence going on the road.
Getting word that Austin Brumman and Justin Dillon are getting set to come on for Chris Little, so it will be a double switch trying to inject any sort of life. Haven't had a Justin Dillon sighting in a while. Jason Johnson ends up winning the header. It's Junior Flemings now sitting on a hat trick. Junior Flemings peels it back. Asante! That is wildly unselfish from Junior Flemings. Solomon Asante, the beneficiary. This game is officially blown wide open.
Kudos. Well done. Could have come out of the dressing room, put on the blinders and coasted in, but it doesn't take glasses to see that Super Solo is more than capable of continuing on what they started in the first half. Great run by Junior Flemings. We saw him do it with his right. How about the touch into space here? Bit of a rough bounce coming off the back of Jonathan Campbell. Jason Johnson still applying the pressure. You had both Devin Vega and Solomon Asante sitting right at the penalty mark, and it's just easing pickings. Stroking it in for the fourth one. Good to see him get on the score sheet.
So now give Junior Flemings 2 goals and an assist. Solomon Asante a goal and an assist. And look at Solo leading the charge, wants his boys to keep pressing. I would not be surprised if the message, whether it came from Solo, the coaching staff, they just said, get as many as humanly possible.
They should. They 100% should. Everything that they've gone through in the first couple weeks.
Tacoma trying to spoil the party, at least for the moment. Good challenge from A.J. Cochran. And Joey Ferrell took a tough knock from his comrade in Cochran. Grabbing onto that right knee.
Substitution for Tacoma Defiance.
Now we're going to have those 2 substitutions in Brumman and Justin Dillon, as it's going to be Hopiau coming off and replaced by Brumman. And Justin Dillon coming on and replacing Alec Diaz. And both of those substitutions brought to you by Jimmy John's, as Joey Farrell gets some medical attention. Justin Dillon, very good talent. You and I covered him a decent amount in 2017 when he was with Los Dos. We saw him score multiple goals. Did a lot of great things for that Los Dos side as they tried to make a late push for the postseason in 2017. And Joey Farrell, bit of a concern now for Phoenix. And we'll get another look as to exactly how it went down.
Azriel Gonzalez had played a nice ball in. Just the overlapping run coming up through. Shannon Hopiau coming across. Such a great talent. The 2 center backs converging. Nice to see them close the space down, but he did lock up with A.J. Cochran, who clipped him on the bottom ankle there. Actually taking a look on the follow through on his knee. Brendan Hodge on the pitch and Rick Shantz getting orders from his training staff exactly what's going on. Transfer over to Tacoma Defiance and what's going on with them. Austin Brumman coming on. Can add him to the list of talent we talked about at the top, where so many of these guys just funneling themselves through the academy system, now getting opportunities with Tacoma Defiance, a few of them with Seattle Sounders. Brumman, another one of those players that has had caps at the youth national team level in the U15s.
And they're, I assume, motioning over to either Tuiji Mala or Tristan Blackman, saying,
get warm,
come on, you gotta get ready.
Yeah.
See Mala going through the motions in the background, Rick Shantz in the foreground. And I mean, if there's anything that could have gone wrong tonight with this 4-0 scoreline now, it's an injury to a guy who really hasn't had to do much defending and has been playing extremely well.
We're not really in a spot where we can speculate, but if you take a look right there, he most likely picked up a gas just underneath the knee. That's probably a little bit further than they would like it to be. So they'll bring him off, precautionary for sure. You have to expect that the way he's walking, he probably could play, but you don't want to chance it, and there's no reason to do so. Not a bad look at the gate. They'll just bring him off, have him take a look. Shake of the head, a nod of appeal, and move on. Go get some treatment. See if they can get him healthy for next weekend.
Interesting, the conversation looked intense. Obviously, no idea what they're saying, but seemed to be a bit more than met the eye, I guess. We'll restart. And it's offside.
It's a lovely ball in here by Justin Dillon. Sweet little back heel. Unfortunately, the deflection back to him caused him to be in an offside position, as the linesman did a good job following the back four. Zach Lubin hasn't really had a busy night, and Amadou Dia has quieted some things down here in the second half. Fortnite, he doesn't even play it. That's the best answer I've heard. Although, what was Adam John? He had the pancakes or waffles, he said French toast.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Well, Dia, when he was asked Manchester City or Barcelona, you could sort of see the wheel spinning. He was like, neither.
Don't know what to do here.
Is Liverpool an answer? Tristan Blackman getting set to come on. Dia, little stutter step, floats one towards the back post. And Hines will concede the throw-in.
These guys got to do a better job communicating there. He could have brought that ball down. They could have retained possession.
So Tristan Blackman will come on. He'll slide into that center back position. He played right back midweek against Austin. And he took, and Devin, you thought quite unfairly, full responsibility for the Sonny Guadarrama goal. It was off his turnover, but it's 10 other players on the field. Fleming's back heel, not a bad idea. And Campbell clears it away.
It was nice to see him step up and make that gesture, but he didn't need to, because, yes, he gave the ball away, and if anyone was going to blame, and I'm not putting blame there, if you were going to try and blame anyone, it would be Tristan Blackman, but there's 10 other guys on the pitch. There were plenty of other bad decisions that had been made that led to their downfall. It wasn't just the one that turned into the goal.
Flemings.
And I like what Rick Shantz did. He actually retweeted the tweet and stepped in and said, we're a family, togetherness, we all stick together. It's a great gesture, but we need to be bigger and move on from that. And he's right. Again, it's really easy for everybody to jump on these guys, especially with all the hot takes that go around in this day in mainstream media.
Well, there's no takes. There's only hot takes now.
There's only hot takes. Yeah. Things move so fast, and people are so quick to jump on everybody for an opinion that they don't agree with. Just have to find a way to rise above it, be bigger. Phoenix trying to do that here tonight.
Trying to rise above it.
See what I did there?
You didn't do it on purpose.
Uprising.
Cochran stepping in. He's played beautifully tonight.
This would be a good opportunity for them to get Joey Calistri some minutes and gain some confidence on that side of the ball. And they've brought him in. Really hasn't looked like the Joey Calistri of past. First 2 reps early on in the season, a bit better than what we've seen recently. That's a guy who played pretty much every single match last year for Anthony Pulis in St. Louis. Everything is about the progression to the next level. Why not Joey Calistri?
We were hovering right around the Sonic happy hour while that injury was going on. And of course, if a Rising player does score in the 60th minute, one lucky fan wins a $500 Sonic gift card. For more info, visit phxrisingfc.com/Sonic. I mean, that's what the people need on this kind of night where there's just goals galore. And I've been keeping track of it. We really haven't even come close to hitting. Like, it's not like there's been a glaring chance for that $500 gift card. All I can think of is semi-pro, Jackie Moon, corn dogs for all these people. I mean, that's
they want the corn dogs,
that's
Jackie.
the only thing I can think of. Here's Justin Dillon on the other end. Lubin stays home. Blackman, that is so well done.
Minutes off. 71st minute in the New Mexico United game. That's the closest they've been. 10 minutes away.
I mean, that's a while. Like, that's not close.
It's an eternity.
Yeah.
Especially with us on air.
If you had one superpower, what would it be?
I've been asked this question before, and I hate answering it because there's so many great qualities. Can I think about it?
No.
If I had one superpower, what would it be?
Junior Fleming's finishing ability.
No, already got that.
Says the center back. I mean, this isn't, you know, your Phoenix CW quick questions, but I'm not here to listen to you think.
It's difficult to do. It's difficult to give an idea. Speaking of ideas, Enzo Ulysses has no idea.
He's shown a yellow. He's not exactly happy about it, and he needs to be careful. Devin Vega caught the brunt of it.
He definitely goes in hard, and you can see him come in from the side, but he's the one traveling through. Watch. It just slides through in his progression.
Was that second leg that came out too?
Don't necessarily know if that's a yellow card. It's the first offense he's committed.
Yeah.
He actually had the ball. I'd have super speed.
He'd be Flash.
No, I'd have super speed. Flash is already taken. I'd have super.
But that's Flash's superpower.
But here's why I would have super speed, because I would use it for the goodness to take care of other people. Like speed up the goal so we could get to Sonic Happy Hour.
I like the way you think.
Yep. Things becoming a bit chippy from the youngsters. Austin Brummett really understand what he's done wrong.
Sporting the cast. I haven't seen that in a professional game in a while. I mean, it's all back when I was 12, but. You know who it was the last time I saw that? And this is relatable now. Derek Luke.
Really?
From RGV.
Yeah, that's the last time you saw him.
Last time I saw somebody like really playing with a cast on. Had to bubble wrap it the entire thing.
I don't even remember his arm being broken. Poor guy.
Not in a professional game when I was 12.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Good shot from the sideline, still wanting them to keep that high line. And Tristan up. Doesn't want the back four to become complacent. Nice on the 4-0 lead and nice to have possession, but keep it going, keep the 0 at the back. That's a big one.
Vega, Jason Johnson trying to think it over the top for Flemings. Now Dia. Assault, doesn't even let it hit the ground. Dumbuya now. Scintillating stuff again. See Amadou Dia raise a hand trying to hit that.
Beautifully done by Solo. Love the ball over. That allowed it to be played into the box for the back post run. And well done by Ulysses to understand that he had the runner just behind his back shoulder, put it over the end line.
Off the head of Flemings.
Phoenix still not tacking off here. Look at Devin Vega checking into the corner. Solomon Asante just sitting behind. Even Jason Johnson and Junior Flemings are in close proximity. For the nutmeg that Nicholas Hines just put on him. I told you, they don't lack confidence. Loads and loads of individual skill, unfortunately, doesn't necessarily translate to the best of performances within the squad itself.
Campbell will go all the way back. He's the wily veteran at 25 years of age. Booyah wrapped up. Great challenge from Colin Fernandez. He's had a good game tonight. And Lambert commits the foul. Of an update from another Western Conference match. Reno have taken a late 2-1 lead, and now full time over New Mexico United.
Duke Lacroix siding. Brian Brown with the assist.
He passes?
Apparently. Josh Suggs got involved in the 39th minute, excuse me. That was the equalizer from Juan Pablo Guzman. Corey Herzog got an assist.
No.
He passes.
Marlon Vargas in a lot of pain. Chris Little having a conversation with veteran holding down the back line, Jonathan Campbell, but a frustrating night nonetheless for the Scot. First season in charge of Tacoma, was an academy coach with the Seattle Sounders. Coached the UNC Pembroke nickname.
Pines? Why go with what I know? I live in South Florida. What do you want me to do? Pembroke Pines, tell me what it was.
Braves.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. Oh, he's feeling that one.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Vargas, just 18 years old, from Bakersfield, California, in his second season. One of the few players to play in every game so far this year for Tacoma. And like the rest of this team, or at least almost every single one of them, an academy product.
Not a good look for Chris Little's Californian, and exactly what he did there, won't know. But adding insult to injury, isn't it? Down 4-0 and one of your star players goes down.
Thumping header from Cochran.
Great turn. Well done, Devin Vega.
Vega. Fouled from behind. Head referee waved it off. The assistant referee had his flag. Waving furiously over on the far touchline. How often do you see that? Just totally said nope.
Devin Vega got a hurting put on him too.
So Marlon Vargas subbed off. Matt Nance coming on. Xavier Musketeer from 2015 to 2018. Muscled away straight into the path of Jason Johnson. He's one of the best in the league, JJ, at slowing down when the ball comes to him and just luring the defender in and then just puts it into 17th gear. Mistake at the back from Phoenix. Here's Dillon, saved by Lubin.
There's one of those little lulls we talked about. Up 4-0 is nice, but do not back off here. You need to keep the shutout.
Here's Nick Hines. Moved away by Lambert. Kingston.
Well done by Tacoma. Keep the ball, keep it moving. Take a page out of Phoenix's book.
Brummett. Great ball movement from Tacoma. And now Cochran goes down.
He just got stepped on. AJ Cochran did. You can see him grabbing right near the toe on the far front. Previously, Justin Dillon getting in behind Tristan Blackman. How's it go? Catches it squarely. Unfortunately, it is quite near and dear to Zach Lubin. Easy save for him. The Red Fury and the Banditos not slowing down at all, are they? Even though the offense has, that's okay. They will drum on through the night. Have to be more than happy with their team's performance.
And Lubin will dare somebody from Tacoma to step to him. That'll be Nick Hines. 15 minutes remaining in this one. Get your tickets now for the Rising's next home match on Saturday, March 30th. Visit phxrisingfc.com for ticket info. Up next for Phoenix, little road swing to California, Sacramento, Orange County. So the Red Fury enjoying every moment that they have here at Casino Arizona Field. All Phoenix tonight. 2 goals from Junior Flemings, 1 goal from Jason Johnson, another from Solomon Asante, 3 in a matter of about 10 minutes at the end of the first half. As Justin Dillon trying to put this one on frame. And Zach Lubin can happily see it go wide. He's been a revelation since coming on for Tacoma.
Not a bad idea here from Justin Dillon. Almost thought he was going to let this come across his body, put it on his foot. Much more difficult to do. Instead goes with the header. It would have been easier for the goalkeeper because he's trying to go to the near post. That's where Lubin's already tracking himself to. Zach Lubin definitely had it covered. It's got to be frustrating if you're on the Tacoma Defiance, being down 4-0 on the road. Not exactly seeing a lot of the ball. Haven't been the most accurate when they have had it.
Denzel Ulysses already on a yellow card. He didn't want to send it back.
You said I didn't do anything wrong.
That's when you know you did.
I would like to disagree, but I cannot. You're spot on there.
Johnson wins the header. Sante takes it on the first time. Muse the save. Fleming's on the hat trick. And Campbell the sliding challenge to deny said hat trick. Fernandez. I'll tell you what, credit to Junior on that Solomon Asante goal. As Solo's just putting on a ridiculous skill show. I mean, how many players would you see have a rip on that, sitting on a hat trick? Pulls it back, gets a fourth. And on that note, Joey Calistri will come on and replace Junior Flemings, who had himself one of those marquee nights. And he was one of their marquee offseason signings. And they have enjoyed every bit of the Jamaican since he's arrived in the desert, and this is what he's done tonight.
2 goals in 10 minutes in the first half. Really an integral piece of this offense in general, yet alone what he was able to do. Don't forget, he was also the provider to Solomon Asante in the 53rd minute. Solid performance by Junior Flemings tonight.
Cochran up for the header. Lubin, good distribution. Vega loses it, Fernandez into the challenge. Will be Tacoma ball, much to the dismay of the crowd here. Lambert. Here's Tambuya off and running. Solo to his right. It finds Solomon Asante back across. Scuffed initially by Burkholz. Calistri, Jason Johnson trying to go back for Joey Calistri. Broken up by Campbell.
That ball in by Solomon Asante's got to be in the air. Too many bodies in the box to get it through traffic. It's the right idea, though.
Last 10 minutes. Phoenix still looking like they want a fifth and possibly more. Fernandez, long for Amadou Dia. Johnson, Asante, Vega, into the Bandidos. Phoenix Rising is pleased to have players of the Gilbert Youth Soccer Association as tonight's first Watch Ball Kids. Be sure to visit www.firstwatch.com to find your neighborhood First Watch, the daytime cafe.
You had your first experience there recently, didn't you? Is that recently?
No.
You did have your first experience there, though, within the past couple months.
Yeah.
You had never heard of it before.
No, I hadn't.
Yeah.
I like it.
I liked it too.
I really like it.
Yeah. I still remember my first time. Sarasota, Florida. I was running a half marathon.
Stopped in the middle.
No, it was excellent yogurt afterwards, though.
That's it?
I got the parfait.
No pancakes?
I wasn't a carb eater back then. Things have changed.
Things have changed mightily.
I
think I got some sort of bacon, egg, and cheese when I went. Delicious. Good ball in. Jason Johnson is offside, though.
And Jamaican did not agree with the linesman. Shook her off. Well done. Well done. Refereeing crew in the middle hasn't necessarily done a lot of favors for this crowd as they've been on them all night long. Not the best decisions, however. The linesman seems to have been on point, both of them.
Ulysses lost it, as well as Gonzalez. Calistri. Asante. Dumbuya.
Devin Vega's definitely got to be on the pitch for the rest of the night. He needs to find a way to get more involved in the run of play. Did well for himself, especially minutes 30 to 45 in the first half. Been a bit quieter here in the second. I'd like to see him be one of those Phoenix Rising players that had some confidence going into the next few games.
Dia trying to find JJ. It's an excellent ball. Jason Johnson looking for Vega.
Almost wanted to be selfish in that situation. Playing the ball across, though not a bad ball he puts in. Had a better opportunity to go it alone. Challenge Trey Muse. And then you definitely have to question when the ball bounces back over. Why not let it go over the end line? Great ball in by Amadou Dia. Jason Johnson recognizes where it's going to be in space. And it's not a bad idea, but the center back's already there. Goalkeeper was trying to cheat over. Why not just put it on frame?
Here's Hines on the move. Tacoma looking to break up the clean sheet at the very least. Tristan Blackman back for Brumman, and a great save from Lubin, and an even better punch. He hasn't had a ton of work to do, but he has most certainly had to earn the clean sheet. Asante, won by Campbell, falls for Vega. Asante again.
People at home need to understand how difficult this is for Zach Lubin. Not just because of the save and then the punch afterward, but he has had a very dull night. A bit more to do in the second half, but to have a game get away from you in the sense of not a lot of work. And it's just been quiet. You can fall asleep back there at times, but he doesn't. Keeps himself wide awake, makes a good initial save, and then follows it up with an excellent punch to push the threat away from goal. It's good goalkeeping. Give you an idea, technically, of what he's capable of. Nice overlapping run by Hines. The ball just came off. Well done on the first one. Second one challenges out. Justin Dillon is a big body. Zach Lubin immediately recognizing that he had to get back up to work.
Good stuff from our director, Gage Tillotson, capturing every moment And every Zach Lubin grimace as the ball finds its way back to him.
Good step by Amadou Dida. Way to read the game there. Opportunity for Phoenix.
Asante. Calistri should be on. Guess not.
Both he and Jason Johnson were well offside. Just needs to read it a bit better on that bending run on the left side. He doesn't agree, but you were off, Joey. Another player down for Tacoma Defiance. This one is Alex Burkholz, who has definitely had his hands full next to Jonathan Campbell. Nice for him to have a veteran player like Jonathan Campbell next to him. Still doesn't necessarily make the job easier to do when you have all this talent. Junior Flemings, Jason Johnson, Solomon Asante that have been doing work all night long on this back line.
Cochran up for the header. Great work from Kevon Lambert. Look at Dambuya getting forward. He wants his first Phoenix Rising goal. Finds its way to Calistri. Amadou Dia coming around the bend. Finds the left foot of Amadou Dia. And Denzo Ulisi got in the way.
Keep an eye, a bit of space for Tacoma Defiance to play here.
Great first touch from Nick Hines. Brummett trying to get it back for him. Tristan Blackman gets called for the foul. And a yellow card.
Well, if that's the only thing this crowd has to boo about tonight, that's not the worst. Nice little run in behind. Nicholas Hines, the two of them just kind of get caught up, don't they? If anything, Hines actually comes over the back. However, the youngster has had his hands full all night long. He did reach around.
But even then, that's a really tough call to make. And to also brandish a yellow.
Well, I'm definitely not giving a yellow in that situation. You can see the idea they were trying to play. Long ball into Jonathan Campbell from Joel Rydstrand. Again, such a frustrating night for the youngsters on the road. Down 3-0 at half and 4 overall.
Phoenix still with a sense of urgency as we're in the first minute of 4, stoppage time. Fernandez. He's certainly making Rick Schantz's job more difficult in terms of choosing who he's going to start in the middle of the field. Dizzying amount of passes from Phoenix now. Asante. Dia in tons of space, now being closed down all the way across. Muse got a paw to it. Now it's Hines on the turn. Phoenix a bit exposed.
Everybody's tired. Some end-to-end stuff all night long. Defensively for Tacoma Defiance, constantly laying chase. And Phoenix Rising have been just pushing up and down, making the youngsters unfortunately have to figure out how to play keep away with them, and that hasn't been very easy. Justin Dillon came on trying to provide a spark, but some deflating injuries and goals have really taken the wind out of their sails, and that was pretty much done at halftime, to be honest. Tacoma Defiance never truly in this game. But again, all about building blocks for the future and what this organization can put together for the next step.
The next step is a difficult one as they take their talents on the road. They visit the Quails on Saturday, April 27th, and then another one-game week against Orange County, and then, you know what time it is?
Tell me.
U.S. Open Cup time.
Ho, 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 ho. Little rematch with
What an unfortunate draw in the second round.
Troy Lassane and Santi Moar. Josh Suggs, their old friend, Kevon Lambert. Nope, Kevon Frater, excuse me. It's late in the day.
It's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. That'll be a fun rematch.
Be interesting to see whether there's rotation or what. Devin Vega, can he keep it in play? He does, but it's straight at Trey Muse. And that'll do it full time. Phoenix Rising bounce back after their loss against Austin Bold midweek. Rick Schantz's crew put on a masterful offensive performance and drilled Chris Little's Tacoma Defiance by a score of 4-0. Junior Flemings is your Mobile Mini man of the match. 2 goals and an assist. Jason Johnson providing a goal and an assist himself. Solomon Asante at the tally as well to make it 4. And just an outstanding offensive display from Phoenix Rising as the smoke is out, and rightfully so, here at Casino Arizona Field. Again, Junior Flemings, just a outstanding, outstanding night. Devin Kerr, your thoughts on it all?
Start with Junior Flemings. Not surprised that he gets it. He's able to surpass his efforts that he put together in week 1. 2 goals and an assist for Phoenix Rising tonight. He went 1-1 versus San Antonio Football Club in that comeback 3-3. But all in all, a great game to get back on track. They give an opportunity, they go get 3 points. Now they sit on 10. Remember, the standings are very far off from what they're going to be down the line. Only a few games played, a few games separate them from each other. But Phoenix Rising comes back home, does a great job going out against the youngsters, figuring out what they're going to do. They put pen to paper, get back to work, they get 3 points. They look forward to the break.
At Arizona Federal, our passion is to help out the community where you live and work, because where you bank should make you feel good. Show your support for the home team with the Phoenix Rising Visa debit card. When you open a new account, you can score $100 just for using your card when you shop. How's that for an easy goal? Be a part of our commitment to the community. Arizona Federal Credit Union.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Mobile Mini is a lockdown defender. Have peace of mind using Mobile Mini, guarding all of your valuables on site, at home, or at your business. Mobile Mini storage containers are made of 100% steel and maximize your protection with our patented Tri-Cam locking system that is camera-proof, cut-proof, and drill-proof.
The Phoenix Rising postgame show is brought to you by Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Well, the initial celebration from Phoenix Rising after the first goal was that they stood together, and then together they celebrate with the Banditos, the Red Fury, and all the terrific fans here at Casino Arizona Field. They were the capes that were dished out for the first couple thousand fans that made their way through the turnstiles here at Casino Arizona Field on Superhero Night. And if you missed the halftime show, you got a good glimpse of Devin Kerr in a Clark Kent outfit. But enough of the superhero talk. Let's talk about the super goals that Phoenix were able to score tonight. And Devin, I mean, I made the joke before, I'll make it again. This is exactly what Dr. Strange ordered for Phoenix after the loss against Austin midweek.
Everything was about build-up as well. And again, it goes back to the philosophies that they put in place in the offseason. They're trying to matriculate into the 2019 USL Championship season. They've had struggles in doing so, and we've seen a little bit of it versus El Paso, and we saw it in comeback, but we have not seen it in just downright demolition of teams. Phoenix Rising was able to do that tonight. You saw 3 goals in the span of 10 minutes, 2 from Junior Flemings and number 34 and 44, Jason Johnson. Brilliant in the 37th minute. Tambuya wins the challenge, just plays it down into the channel, and the ball is subliminally amazing from Solomon Asante. Very difficult finish on the outside of the left foot, but if anybody was capable of doing it, it was Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson would finish with a goal and an assist. Junior Flemings would have 2 goals and an assist. Here's JJ's assist. Here's one of Junior Flemings' goals. I mean, these two, when they're on the field together, and when we've spoken with Rick Shantz, he says that it's hard, but it's clearly paid dividends when they're both out on the field together.
They look great together. They look amazing. And sometimes you can be a bit critical of JJ in that number 9 because he doesn't have as much opportunity to play out in space, but they played well off of each other. They both understood when one wanted to make a run, the other tracked back around to open up the space for each other. It was a great collaboration from those two. Solomon Asante did a much better job distributing to his compatriots tonight. Phoenix Rising continued the progression in the second half. Junior Flemings getting in on the act. Nice ball off the chest, gets to the byline, knocks it across. Solomon Asante collects his thoughts and decides, you know what, let's finish this off. 4 goals for Phoenix. They did a good job all around with every single metric and just took the youngsters to the cleaners.
And Phoenix, as you can see, utterly dominated the Tacoma Defiance, who just are having a woeful road trip. They are now minus 13 on this road trip. They still have 2 games remaining. They're heading to San Antonio and to Taft and OKC Energy FC to wrap up what has just been a nightmare away from Tacoma. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, they're going to take their talents on the road against a couple of California teams in Sacramento as well as Orange County. As you get a look at some youngsters who are able to get their free capes here on Superhero Night. And it was just that, a super night for Phoenix Rising fans, for the front office, for the players, and of course you guys tuning in at home who got a full dose of what this Phoenix team is truly all about this season. For our entire crew, my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr, Tyler Terrence saying so long for now. The final score, Phoenix Rising 4, Tacoma Defiance 0. We will talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.